use our cooling towel because it's nice and thin. But let's start with that. Wrap it around your hands. Eugene, yay, we're gonna use the foam roller and a towel, okay? All right, so let's start with the towel. We're gonna go feet nice and wide, wrap it around your hands, and let's get a few circles in each direction, reaching up and around. All right, pause at the top for a second and take it in the other direction. All right, last one. And once again, let's pause at the top and a little side to side. And bring your feet just a little closer together. We're gonna do some step backs, but first, let's do just a little squat and reach. Sink your hips back, not trying to kill your quads at all. Squeeze when you stand and just reach it forward. Let's do a couple of these. How about one more? And then let's straighten out your arms. Step it back. Do a little teeny side bend. Come on back up and we'll switch. Really pull up with the towel on your shoulder blades. Take it slightly to the side. Sink down a little bit more each time. Okay, let's just do a couple more on each side. All right, shake your arms out. And then let's go feet nice and wide. Okay, wrap the towel one more time around your hands. We're gonna keep the arms straight. Sink to one side, kind of sink that hip back. Reach up at the same time, pulling on the shoulder blades. Let's just go 2 more to each side. I have to remind myself it's my fault that the shoulders are so sore. All right, I'm gonna put this around my neck for a second and let's sink all the way down. Kind of pushing your elbows against the inside of your knees. Let's rock just a little bit right here. All right, and then grab the front of your shoes and you're gonna straighten up. Take that off and come back down. Okay, straighten up. And come back down. Just get a little hamstring action in there. All right, and roll it all the way up. Reach your arms up. All right, we're gonna stretch everything, but before we do, I happen to have 2 rollers. I'm gonna start on this one and then I'll migrate to this one for some other things. I know you both probably have a longer one. But to start with, let's go ahead and get the back of the shoulders. Then we'll do the legs and we will stretch out everything. But the roller can really help to loosen it up. So for the first one here, let's go ahead and lay down on it with the back of your shoulders. And I want you to, again, always completely support your head with your hands. Let your elbows hang down. and just kind of let gravity take them for a second. Okay, all we're gonna do here, keep your butt on the floor, is we're gonna curl up a little, not a crunch, and then relax back over it. This is meant to loosen up the top part of your spine, the thoracic part, and the shoulders. Again, roll up very slightly, and then relax back, but make sure not to strain your neck at all. Okay, let's do that 3 more times. You should feel each time you can relax a little bit more over it. And then hang out here just for a second, again, really supporting your head. Let your elbows just hang down to get a little stretch in your chest. Okay, and then from here, go ahead and lift your butt up. You're gonna slightly bend and straighten your knees to roll over your shoulder blades. Okay, keep your head totally supported. Do not strain your neck. If you find a crunchy spot, kind of just go back and forth a little bit faster over it, but don't smash it. All right. Oh, does that feel good? And then go ahead and set your butt back down. And then I'm gonna flip over with the roller. And let's do this. Let me face this way. So we're gonna go one arm at a time at first. I'm gonna go diagonal across. So you're kneeling, knees a little bit wider. Put your hand on your roller and you're gonna sink your hips back and sink down. So we get now a nice stretch behind the shoulder blades that we just rolled out. Okay, let's do 5 like that. Just sink your hips back. Nice diagonal reach. You should feel you go down a little lower each time. This is the last one on this side. And let's go ahead and do the other arm. All right, one more on this side. And then come on up and put both hands on it. And we are just gonna go ahead and roll all the way forward, sink your hips back. All right, come on up. One more thing we're gonna do to stretch out those shoulders now. Even if you don't have a roller, this will totally work. You're gonna lie on your side. If you do have it, put your top knee on your roller. If you don't, just leave your foot, your knee there and hold on to it with your hands. If you're on the roller, go ahead and support your head with your elbow. And what we're gonna do here is take the top arm, open and close. At the same time, I want you pushing down and forward on the roller to keep your hips nice and steady. Okay, so just open and close. Let's get one more here, and then we're just gonna kind of hang right there for a second. Again, pushing that top knee down and forward. And then a little bit of a half circle with that arm if you can. And circle it around backwards. And then reach it over your head, try to get to the floor above your head. And let's flip that over and take it to the other side. All right, and push down and forward with the top knee. Just laid on my watch, funny, sorry. And then open and close. You may notice one side feels way tighter than the other, that's normal. All right, last one, just hang there for a second. And then bring it down, little semicircle. And then circle all the way around backwards. And try to reach that arm over your head and see if you can touch the floor on the other side. All right. Doesn't that feel a lot better? Oh my goodness. All right, we are not done with that yet. But real quick, we're gonna roll the front of the thighs. Okay, so put one leg only on your roller, and then we're gonna do some more stretches with these. Okay, one leg only, just a little bit of the front of the thigh. And then we might be done with the roller for a few minutes. All right, let's switch that to the other thigh. Just up and down the front. And if you find a knot or a tight spot in there, kind of zip a little faster over it. Okay. Then I'm gonna come over here in a half kneeling position. And we're gonna get a couple different things here. If you still happen to have a towel nearby, great. If not, no worries. Okay, with I'll use that here in a second. But to start with, interlace your hands, your fingers. Let's lean in. And what I want you to do is squeeze that back butt cheek as you're leaning in. Get one more there. Now bring it up to 90 degrees. Keep those fingers interlaced. And let's take that a little bit to the side. All right, then you're gonna take this arm, pin it on the front leg, open yourself up the other way. A nice static stretch for the shoulder blades. And then come back facing forward, both arms out front, and you're gonna open from side to side. Let your eyes follow where your hand is going. All right, last one there. Then let's actually go ahead and straighten the front leg. And what we're gonna do here, take your hands, palms up. You're gonna reach down, kind of brush the floor, and then bring them up and circle backwards. So you should feel a really nice hamstring stretch in that front leg. Let's do 3 more. And once again, interlace your fingers and pull everything up. Go ahead and bend that front leg again. If you happen to have a towel handy, let's use it. If not, you can try to just grab onto your foot. And what I'm going to do here is pull that back foot as close as I can to my butt. That's always a good challenge. Now, if you happen to have a roller nearby, this can actually be a really great addition. If you don't have one, not a big deal. So all I'm going to do is in grabbing this with this hand, with the opposite hand, I'm going to hold on to the roller and kind of push down on it. And that's going to just intensify the stretch on the front of that thigh. You want to be squeezing that butt cheek and try to get that foot as close as you can. And if you don't have a roller, not a big deal. Okay, let it down a little bit. And then let's pull it again. Okay, squeeze that back butt cheek. All right, go ahead and set it down. I'm gonna keep the roller right here. But before we go to the other leg, I'm gonna take this leg and now put it out to the side. And hopefully get a nice inner thigh stretch right here. Oh yeah. And then from there, we're gonna take this arm. I want you to reach it underneath and then open up the other way. Let your eyes follow your hand. And one more. All right, and then reach everything forward. Once again, sink your hips back. Okay. I'm gonna switch directions just because I feel like switching directions. All right, but other leg forward. And once again, first we're gonna take those fingers, interlace your fingers, and lean in. Okay, and then come back here. Every time you lean in, you're gonna squeeze that back butt cheek just a little bit. One more. And then bring yourself up to 90 degrees. And let's get a little bit of a side bend there. And take that opposite arm, put it on the front leg and open up. All right, let's once again take both hands out front and open side to side. Just two more of these. All right, go ahead, straighten out that front leg. And once again, palms up. You're gonna brush the floor, reach up, hopefully getting a nice hamstring stretch behind that front leg. Two more, please. All right, and interlace your fingers, reach those shoulders up. And again, if you've got that towel nearby, I'm gonna use this just for added effect. Okay, let's get it underneath here. Again, you can always just grab your shoe. You've got that roller, put your hand on top of it, push down on it. Try to get your foot as close to your butt as you can and squeeze that back butt cheek. Hopefully enhancing the stretch in the front. Relax it just a little bit and pull it again. All right. Go ahead and set that down. And now we're gonna take this leg out to the side. Try to find that nice inner thigh stretch. And then take this hand, reach it under, and open up this way. All right, and then reach everything forward. Sink all the way down. All right. Then I'm gonna come into a tall plank position here. And we're gonna do some world's greatest. Well, that means put one foot up next to you. Okay, and actually if I come forward, you probably see that a little bit better. One foot is next to you. Take that same elbow, sink it down towards the inside of your shoe, and then you're gonna open up the other way. You're still squeezing that back butt cheek, but we're gonna repeat. Okay, elbow to instep, and reach up and around. Get one more there. And then drop your back knee to the floor, and we're gonna circle this arm backwards while you're squeezing that back butt cheek. I hope you're feeling stretches in a lot of places. I'm gonna come back this way. Let's put the other foot up front. Okay, elbow to instep. And open up. All right, good. Drop that back knee. You're squeezing that back glute, butt cheek, whatever, and circle your arm backwards. All right. Let's come back into that tall plank position. And then I'm going to take one leg and bring it up underneath and shoot it under my body that way, trying to get those hip rotators. Don't worry, we're not staying here long. But let's now bring that leg all the way up underneath your body if you can. And sink everything down over top of it. All right, come on back up. Let's take that to the other side. Straight at first. And then all the way up underneath. And sink everything down over top. All right, let's kind of push those heels towards the floor. A little bit of a calf stretch while you're pushing into the mat. And then we are going to lay down on our back here for a second, but before we do that, let's go opposite arm and leg reach. Okay, we'll alternate sides. How about one more on each side? Okay. Actually, before I go on my back, let's go to our side. What I want to try to do here, grab onto your back foot. Okay, at the same time, pull your top knee towards the floor. And you're trying to get that back foot, as close to your butt as you can. And we're just going to enhance that hip flexor stretch. You're also trying to take the shoulder of the arm that's holding your foot as close to the floor as you can. All right, and let's flip that over. Don't mean to put my backside to you. You get the idea. All right, let's try to get that foot as close to your butt as you can. All right, and then let's go ahead and lay on your back. Okay, a couple quick things. Go ahead, straighten one leg and just put your hand behind it. Okay, and all I want you to do here is you're going to give it a gentle pull while you raise and lower the other leg. Just do that a couple times. And then put your fingers into the back of your leg, into that hamstring, and just bend and straighten it a couple times. All right, go ahead and switch legs. get a nice static stretch here. Let's raise and lower the other one. And then dig those fingers in there, bend and straighten. All right, let's go ahead and put